Oh, of course. One of the things that has been the theme in my household, with talks with Alyssa, who y'all can, look and seek out as my wife, Alyssa Patrick, is the concept of what it takes to be a superhero or a divine being. Because the funny thing is, she often asks me, how is it that you practice such a routine of meditation, prayer, food, training, being kind, and yet at the same time, you won't take any crap, because if somebody is rude or disrespectful, there's a side of you that will come out that looks like a silverback gorilla. And I'm like, well, ultimately, I'm on the pathway towards heroic qualities. That's what, for me, inspires me, heroic and divine qualities. And if you look at any hero or divine beings or the depicted demigods of the Greek mythology, all of these beings had certain attributes that you'd think about, like bravery, discipline, integrity, nobility, positivity. And those were the things that they had to sort of practice and strive for every day.
Yeah, it wasn't just given to them.
No, for me, I've gone beyond worrying and talking about food, because to me, my refrigerator is filled with nothing but superfood and fresh fruits and vegetables. And it's kind of like, okay, that's old news already for me, because I've been doing that now for 5 years. Next, what is the purpose of life?
What's the reason you're doing it?
What's the reason? Yeah. So to me, it's like the next reason is analyzing, well, why is it that some people find it so difficult to stick to eating a healthier based diet plan, and they will sometimes try it, then fall back into eating crap and find every justification for being able to do it. And the key is that they actually lack principles. They lack the discipline, they lack the integrity, they lack the endurance, they lack the passion that's required. Mm-hmm. So if they lack those principles, then okay, you're out with a bunch of friends, you were practicing being a raw vegan or just a vegan, and the friends say, come on, man, live a little, relax, let your hair down. What are you talking about? Have a drink. Well, they have a drink, and drinking, whether it's wine or any of the other supposedly healthier forms of alcohol, which that's a big myth. If you really do the research on it, there's no healthier form of alcohol, including wine. It's all carcinogens, and it reduces your consciousness to a vegetative state. So if you've been reduced to a vegetative state with a group of friends, then it's pretty easy at the end of the night to go, oh, man, I'm hungry. And someone says, here, let's just order a pizza. And they have a slice. And if in their mind they're justifying that they're just having some cheese, and they've gone from vegan to vegetarian for a second. And then someone says, oh, no, it was pepperoni pizza. And they just went all the way back down the scale. And they became a vegetative state because of the alcohol. And then they became a flesh eater again. And before you know it, the parasites that are in those things take effect of their body again, and they redevelop the addiction. So what is it that makes a hero or a divine being? Well, it really is learning to overcome those pitfalls that take away your discipline, that take away your passion or your positivity or your self-control. Because if you lose those things, then we fall from grace. And whose grace do we fall from, really? Only our own. We only fall from our own grace. We don't fall. It's not for me to judge a person. I love so many people who have such a hard time with changing their diet or exercise pattern. And I really do love them. They're wonderful people. But sometimes they're like, well, can I hang out with you, Marcus? Can I hang out with you? And I'm like, unfortunately, no, not right now, because I'm so focused. And birds of a feather flock together. I want to flock with focused people.
Yeah.
Does the champion of, let's make it mainstream, the champion of the NBA. Let's think about a big star like LeBron or Kobe Bryant. Do they want to hang out with the typical street baller who plays ball down the block on the street and then sells a few crack rocks, during his break? No, they need to hang out around professional athletes, physiotherapists, people who are rubbing their muscles, and other guys who are taking the sport just as seriously.
Exactly.
So that they can also achieve pulling off the NBA, final and win it. The same thing goes for people who are really focused when it comes to, their own consciousness or journey down this pathway of increasing the divine principles within thyself. So let's say somebody wants to hang in my frequency. I want to help them, but here's what I've found. In helping people sometimes, they will be trying to sink your ship. Mm-hmm. You can be helping them, trying to help teach them the positive ways, and they will be combative with you and trying to find ways to destroy your focus because it's their natural instinct to defend what they have done for 10, 20 years. And that's where it can be tricky because in the martial arts system, which because you've been through that, you cannot go into a martial arts dojo and disrespect your sensei.
Absolutely.
You cannot start bringing in any of your negative nonsense.